Hi everybody. With the buzzing video, loving every word. I wanted to talk about it. I've watched the video. I've seen a lot of comments on the internet, and I just wanted to share my own opinion, especially in response to those who keep saying that, story, this doesn't happen. I mean, how would a man, be so interested, offer you such gifts, do everything, even buy properties, just to be able to get your number? Okay, that part some say is exaggerated, and I think so. Probably in 2025, I don't know, but so I'll tell you that a lot of girls who grew up in Aba or Onitsha, I'm not sure of Enugu or Ebonyi, where we have a lot of traders, OMATA and AMATA. I'm sure a lot of them got married proposals from people like Odogwu Parara, where they would come and they are really interested. They will do anything for you. I particularly remember when I was just about leaving secondary school, I had this man who wanted to marry me. He would even send my uncle, and I was in the hostel. So he would send my uncle to, bring gifts. He would buy flowers, plastic flowers, then of course, flowers, a lot of things, shortbread, provisions. He would load it up and then he'll send to me at the boarding school. I didn't marry him, but so I'm telling you that a lot of girls who grew up in Abao, Onitsha, these cities experience this, and up until today. It might be a little different, but I don't know. But I think that I know that it happens. That situation where one businessman who is really interested, it happens every time and every day. Yeah, but also at that time, people will say, no, naturally, look, graduates, or your family, your family, your parents will tell you, no, they got look graduates. They're looking for graduates. They would downplay these ones, but a lot of my schoolmates also got married early. So they got married and married, rich businessmen like this. And so that storyline, of course, is true. That accent, it happens, yeah. And then also, I want to talk about so many things. So I've thought about the part that I felt was exaggerated. I've also talked about, that assistant who just, accepted this offer and just left. I felt that part was not very realistic, or a little petty for me. Because yes, that boss is just is just an annoying boss. You understand? But I think that the way she reacted at that point was extreme because of Odogwu. So what if he wasn't there? How could she have handled that situation? And then that assistant that just said, when she said, send in my resignation letter, let's go do business together. She doesn't even know what kind of business. She doesn't even know if it's going to be profitable. She has no idea. It's just like a mumu. Naturally, I would think realistically, the assistant should, take time to think about, this offer. This offer that just came out of the blues. I understand that, she was just an ass. Nobody likes that woman. But I don't think that any sensible person would just resign and follow, your direct boss just like that and say, let's resign. I'm buying up this company. Yeah, it was so petty. Choma. And then, did you see the part where Choma slapped a man? Ha! Odogwu should not mess up. A woman that is able to slap a man. We've not really, I've not seen anybody talking about that part. It was shocking. I know that other guy was just, an idiot, yeah? But, not to slap him now. Well, women are different, but I don't think for any reason, a woman should hit a man or a man should hit a woman. No, that part. So Odogwu should be prepared for that. Should be prepared for that part of Choma that he's gonna see later. As what happens after marriage, if they get married. I think they're gonna get married. I don't know what's gonna happen, but he should prepare for that part. And I want to talk about as well. And then I love the fact that this movie showed a different, kind of man. They exist, yeah, but we've just had the stereotypes and the negatives around relationships and how men should behave and how they should react, when they are after a woman. We saw a man who was decent, respectful, an honorable man who just respected himself and kept this relationship in sanctity. And just respected this woman. So I hope that a lot of mothers who have male children would let them watch this movie and let them understand that, it's good to be decent and to be a gentleman and to just be patient and respectful, of a woman who you're interested in. And I know they say, well, it's because the woman is also, showed a lot of respect. She's hardworking, she's brilliant, she's got stuff going for herself. No matter what, yeah, you chose this person, respect her, respect the relationship. I really admire that about him. I admire how he stood up for her, and I really hope that this kinds of movies are made more often, and we see men differently, and we see decent men. These days it's just bed, bed. I hope that we can show that it takes time. You need to build trust and gradually build a relationship. And I would really be interested. I've seen comments around oh, we can't wait to see the wedding, and yeah, the wedding is important, but I also want to see how Odogwu manages family life. Yeah, Chioma talked about her mother's experience, how she was the side piece and had a baby for this man, and had a baby for an Odogwu. So I want to see an Odogwu who actually doesn't behave like Chioma's father, who is present, I don't know, with his 700 houses in Banana Island and all over the world. I want to see an Odogwu, not just like the typical men, the Omata men or Amata men who are available a lot of times. I'm not saying in all cases. A lot of them were available, financially, but they didn't used to attend PTA meetings. They were not there for anything. The woman had all the burden of house care, home care, everything. And I hope to see a different story. And then also the topic around, he said he's going to let her do, her thing. And yeah, that's also a very different pattern, because we also know a lot of times they either ask their wives to stay home, don't do anything, or they open a shop for them. And usually there's a problem when after many years, if unfortunately he's no longer as wealthy as he used to be, where this woman is left with no experience, no skill, nothing to take care of the family. So we've seen this play, out in these cities that I mentioned, businessmen in Aba, in Onitsha, in Enugu, all parts of the world, where they have the mindset that we are the ones who provide. We do everything and our wives stay home and take care of the kids. And I want to see that balance. I want us to see that relationship where an Igbo man, typical Igbo man who believes like Odogwu is, let's see the future, let's see what happens, let's see how he's present, let's see how they raise the kids together, not just a big Igbo wedding. I would love to see it, but I also want to see, so maybe Omoni Oboli could, in part two, show us Odogwu, as a father, Odogwu as a husband, Odogwu as a present man, and also show, not just her, whoever wants to do this, produce this kind of movie, let's follow these storylines. Let's do it. Storylines that people, yes, it's not all perfect. I've seen a lot of, people who criticize, a lot of things that they pointed out, but the whole, and that the story was predictable. Of course it was predictable, but just that it was interesting. And of course the actors, oh my god, very, very, very great actors. Bam Bam, I think that's my first time of seeing her in a movie. But Uzo, oh my god, I remember Uzo, we're all together at Believers Love Word Choir, part of Believers Love Word Choir, that's Christ Embassy Choir. Also was in APSU, I was in IMSU, but once in a while would come together to rehearse and have events together. So he's always been a very interesting guy, very funny guy. So I was so happy to see him, make this movie, bring it alive, and it's shining and all through. So best wishes to them, and I enjoyed this movie. I think I'm going to watch it a second time. And I think that's all for me. Thank you for watching. Did you get a marriage proposal from an Omata or Amata man? Onitsha Market Association or something, and Aba Market Men Association. The Amata. I hail you now.